There is some massive news coming out of Washington, D.C. that has Republicans and former Democrat Senator Kyrsten Sinema absolutely furious. It's just been discovered that President Biden stole over $105 million from the state of Arizona as he colluded with Senate Leader Chuck Schumer and House Leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York.
So our dear President Biden, the man who promised unity and transparency, seems to have taken a detour on his way to the moral high ground. He's been accused of playing a game of hide-and-seek with $105 million, and guess where he hid it? Not under his bed, not in a secret Swiss bank account, but in plain sight, right in the Big Apple. Yes, folks, this isn't a Hollywood heist movie. It's real life. Funds that were supposed to fortify Arizona's border were instead sent on a one-way trip to New York. And who were the travel agents for this little excursion? None other than Senate Leader Chuck Schumer and House Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of border security, I don't picture Broadway shows, Times Square, or the Statue of Liberty. But hey, maybe that's just me. And what's this money being used for? Well, it's not buying bagels and hot dogs, I can tell you that. It's allegedly providing luxury accommodations, gourmet meals, and the latest iPhones for illegal immigrants. I mean, who knew breaking the law came with a 5-star rating? This isn't just a misappropriation of funds, folks. It's like taking a donation for a lemonade stand and buying a ticket to Disneyland. We need to hold our leaders accountable, and this is a prime example of why.
Here's what's going on. There was all of this money that was legally appropriated to Texas and to Arizona. Kyrsten Sinema was the Democrat that kept holding out and holding up Biden's inflation bills during COVID because she knew that they were spending way too much money and it would affect inflation.
Ah, Kyrsten Sinema, the lone Democrat who seems to have a functioning crystal ball. She saw the inflation storm brewing and tried to warn her party. But did they listen? Nope. They told her to quiet down and get in line. Now let's look at the numbers, folks. As of June 2023, the annual inflation rate in the U.S. was 3%, the lowest since March of 2021. But don't let that fool you. This low rate is still a significant increase in the cost of living for everyday Americans. And let's not forget, it was at a whopping 9.1% last year, the highest since 1981. So while Biden and his pals are busy playing Robin Hood with Arizona's money, Sinema's out here trying to stop them from turning our economy into a scene from Mad Max. But hey, who needs a stable economy when you can have free cell phones and posh hotel rooms in New York, right?
They said, "Quiet down, little girl. You don't know anything. Get in line." Well, she was so mad that she held out until she got this $100 million to secure the border in Arizona, to strengthen the border. Well, now the top person in New York for the Senate and for the House of Representatives, Schumer and Jeffries, they called Biden, and Biden basically just stole $105 million.
Wow, just wow. Biden just casually misplaced $105 million. I mean, who hasn't lost a couple of bucks in their couch cushions, right? But $105 million? That's a new level of oops. Now, I'm no lawyer, but something tells me that redirecting legally appropriated funds might not be entirely above board. I mean, it's not like you can just decide to use your neighbor's Wi-Fi because you think your Netflix binge is more important than their work conference call. But hey, maybe in Biden's world, it's just another day at the office. You know, moving millions of dollars around like chess pieces on a board. King me, right? But let's not forget, this isn't just about money. It's about the rule of law, it's about fairness, and it's about the American people. So, while Biden and his pals are playing high-stakes poker with our tax dollars, we're left holding the bill. And let me tell you, it's not a tab I'm interested in picking up.
For fixing the southern border crisis and gave it to New York so that the illegal immigrants there can continue to be put up in posh hotels, given 3 meals a day, cell phones, food. Now they want them to be able to vote in the upcoming election? I wonder which way they're going to vote, right? So now you have all these conspiracy theories that they're letting 5 to 7 million people in the country every year until Biden gets out.
Well, isn't that a plot twist? They want the illegal immigrants to vote in the upcoming election. I mean, who needs a citizenship test when you can just check into a posh New York hotel, right? Now, let's put on our thinking caps for a moment. If we look at the numbers, about 1 in 3 U.S. adults believes an effort is underway to replace U.S.-born Americans with immigrants in the electoral process source. And guess what? It's not just a fear, it's a reality. But hey, maybe this is just Biden's way of adding some international flair to our elections. I mean, who needs a local perspective when you can have a global one, right? But let's not forget, this isn't just about votes. It's about the rule of law. It's about fairness, and it's about the American people. So while Biden and his pals are busy rolling out the red carpet for their new voters, we're left wondering what happened to government of the people, by the people, for the people. I guess in Biden's America, it's more like government of the people, by the politicians, for the immigrants.
So that they will have all of these Democrat voters going forward. I don't know if that's true or not, but what we do have documented is that Biden approved the 2 top people from New York stealing over $100 million from the border crisis in order to make life more presentable.
Making life presentable for illegal immigrants in New York. Now, isn't that a noble cause? I mean, who wouldn't want to live in the city that never sleeps, right? Especially when the estimated monthly cost for a single person is a whopping $5,866. But hey, maybe Biden's just trying to give them the full New York experience. You know, the one where you work 3 jobs just to afford your tiny apartment and still have enough left over for a $1.17 pack of Marlboros. And let's not forget, this is the same administration that thinks $14.20 per hour is a living wage. I mean, who needs to eat when you can just bask in the glow of Times Square, right? But hey, maybe I'm being too harsh. After all, it's not like we have veterans sleeping on the streets or families struggling to put food on the table. Oh wait, we do. But sure, let's make life presentable for illegal immigrants, because that's definitely the best use of our tax dollars.
And easy and posh for the illegal immigrants that have made their way to New York.
Well, there you have it, folks. Biden's latest magic trick, making $100 million disappear from Arizona and reappear in New York. I mean, who needs David Copperfield when you've got a magician in the Oval Office, right? But let's get serious for a moment. This isn't just a magic trick. This is $100 million that could have been used to secure our borders, to protect our citizens, to uphold the rule of law. Instead, it's being used to make life presentable for illegal immigrants in New York. And let's not forget about the impact this is having on the American people. The Biden administration's immigration policies have been a hot topic this year, with many concerned about the implications for health, security, and the economy. And it's not just about the money, it's about the message it sends. By redirecting these funds, the Biden administration is essentially saying that it's more important to provide for illegal immigrants than to protect our borders and our citizens. But hey, maybe that's just the new American dream. You know, the one where you break the law, cross the border illegally, and get rewarded with a posh hotel room in New York. Because who needs to work hard and play by the rules when you can just skip the line, right?